Well, Merry Christmas everyone. It's Louise here from Busy Mum Homestead, and I thought I'd do a quick video. It is Christmas morning, so happy Christmas to you all. My kids have already opened their presents, and I needed to get out here and give my plants a bit of a water before it got warm today. I didn't get a chance to get out yesterday, and a few were getting wilted, so I really had to get out and do it this morning. And I thought I'd just take you through a quick progress of the garden. So yes, Merry Christmas everyone. So I'm just doing a quick water. This is my tower and these are my Bertolli beans, and I've noticed that there is heaps of little pods growing on them, which is so cool, but I would like to try and maybe stake these up a little bit so they keep growing up and not falling on each other. Look at this, there's a bee. I noticed that bee before and he was absolutely just covered in pollen. I'll try and get a close-up if I can. So this is the Georgia pumpkin and it's growing really well. I've tied it up a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. Seems to be doing okay so far. Sorry, if I can get a close-up of this bee. Oh. Don't fly away. So yeah, he's very cute. He's got lots of pollen on him, and he was trying to get into my flower before, but it was still a bit closed. So anyway, here is my cucumbers growing out of the pot and my capsicum, which has got some baby capsicums on it. Very exciting. Over here is my North Georgia pumpkin. Again, I apologize for the noise. It is Christmas Day and you would not believe it is still so busy. And it's getting some fruit on it. I'll just see if I can get closer here. So hopefully they're pollinated. I don't really know how to tell yet. I think that one's pretty long, so I'm hoping that that one actually has been pollinated. There was one here, for example. Hang on, whoops, where am I? Down here. That doesn't quite look like it's been pollinated. It might have been, but it just doesn't look very good. And here's another one, and then right below it is the peas that I have been growing in there, and they look almost ready. They're not sugar snap, but they're hard shelling peas, so they look like they're almost ready to be picked, which is very exciting. So as you can tell from that sugar pumpkin, it needed a water. The flowers are not looking good. I just gave it a water. That's my golden nugget. And there is a baby on that as well. If we look, there we are. Down there, there's actually two babies. So I've never grown pumpkin before. I'm not sure how big the golden nuggets grow. I'm not sure if I showed you these last time. I planted out all the rest of my seedlings and I haven't done a final count yet, which would be very interesting to do, as I have a lot. But there is the beefsteak, again, totem, and Roma. And a lot of the Romas aren't doing very well, but that one seems to be doing okay for now. And the second flower on my rose bloomed. Isn't that just beautiful? Let's see if I can get it to focus a bit better. But it's hanging down and I really need to cut that other one off, and it's getting a bit of black spot again. So if anyone knows any remedies for black spot that's natural, let me know in the comments below. Now I've got to come in here, and I might do that now. There's some weeds coming up, some thistles I need to get rid of here, so I might do that this morning. And over here, my sweet potato is growing out of the pot, which you probably could have guessed would have happened. It's not staying contained, and I had a Roma in here and it died. So what I'm going to do with these two is just train it into this new pot, and then we'll take it from there and see how often I need to do that. Hopefully not too often, because I don't actually have a lot of pots left. That's a cherry tomato in there. We have totem and beefsteak over there. You can see in these pots I've lost a couple. So I've lost a Roma and a cayenne chili. I've got another cayenne chili that is single leafed and just holding on. And we have, I think that's a cherry tomato back there, sorry, not aroma, and capsicum in the pot. And you know, if these do actually keep continuing to grow, then I'll try and repot them into a bigger pot. But I was trying to save myself some money and just put them in what I had for now. And over here we've got the beefsteak, which is doing really well on the left. In the middle again is Totem, and on the right is Roma. And again, they're not doing the best so far, but hanging on. So one-handed, I'm going to try and pull out some of these weeds, and then I'm going to have to go and put them in the bin. So let's see how we go here. Oh, these are huge. They're not actually hard to pull out. Let's see if I can get in the shade a little bit better. But I don't know if you can see all those spikes on it. It's horrible. So I'm going to pull these out and put them in the bin, and hopefully clear this patch up. I'll put that down there for now. These gloves are just amazing. I actually got them off Temu, but they're hand land and they are really good. I did not feel any of those prickles in that, and maybe I shouldn't talk too soon, but I didn't then. There's another little one in there. Get these before they go to seed. And also, once this pumpkin grows over here, oops, that one's, what am I doing? I'm ripping up the pumpkin. But they have been the best investment. Seriously, I did not spend much money. I think they were like $10. Oh, good. I think I've got all that out of this side. Oh, shivers. I nearly sprained my ankle. That was lucky I didn't fall then. The air conditioner caught me. Alright, so I've got one more over the back here. Oh no, I see another little one in amongst this one. At least they're not hard to pull, that's one thing. As you can see, this is a bit uneven and I just stepped on the wrong part. There's a little one in this pot. Oh. Smokey, what are you up to? Alright, just step back and look. I think I've got them all. Now I might put you down while I go and put that in the bin at the front. So I'll just give you a quick tour over here. These are the ones I had planted last week that I showed you. And they're still surviving, which is good. And then over here is a few more tomatoes that I actually got planted out. So in all, I had 88 seedlings that I had grown. I'm not sure that I planted all of them, but also a few have died. So I need to go through and do a count and see how many I've actually got at this point. And then as they grow a bit more in time and get established, I'll be able to tell you my final count then. So here I've got again beefsteak, Totem, Roma, my golden nuggets in these two pots with tomato coming out the top. Now I can't remember, I think one was the Gardener's Delight cherries on two and two were the Romas, but I can't remember which were which. And these are early prolific zucchinis with tomatoes, and they're actually getting some fruit on them, which is very exciting. So they are yellow, which I don't really love yellow zucchini, to be honest. This one's got a heap, if I can get you in there. But they still taste good, but I just like the green ones better, personally. And then I'm very, very sad, but yesterday my small hot cherry chili became a victim of my boys' football. So I'm not very happy about that, to be honest, because it's only one of those that I had. But I am hoping that somehow it still grows. So I'm going to take that off. So I might actually plant that bit. See how it's got a heel? I might just plant that. It may grow. I doubt it, but it may. There is a few leaves down the bottom. Let's hope that this comes back. Habanero. And then I actually, hang on, I've just got to get the water bucket. And because I was running out of pots and money for my tomatoes, I actually went and got some $1 buckets and drilled some holes in the bottom, and I'm using those. So anyway, the things you do. But hopefully they'll be all right in there. So time will tell. So I wanted to show you here, there's some very exciting things happening on this side of the garden. So to start with, we have some green zucchini coming on, which I love green zucchini. And I am one of those people who think that, I know I must be in the minority, but I think you can never have too much zucchini. Because I never have millions of plants. I've only ever had a couple of plants. So love, love, love green zucchini, and I cannot wait for them to grow. Over here we've got capsicum, and we've got a few of the tomatoes and chili, and look at this snow pea. It's actually got some snow peas on it. So I'm not sure if you can see, but I've actually moved 2 of the zucchini that were over near this wall, and I've put them out here just because they were growing very large, and I wanted to give them some more space and not have the other plants shaded out. Actually, I am standing corrected. These are the yellow squash plants, not zucchini. But I just noticed on here we have a baby one. Oh my god, and I'm so excited because I love yellow button squash. They are one of my favorite vegetables. And look at this Roma tomato. I'm trying to get in the shade. It is the healthiest Roma I think I have ever grown to date. So it is looking so healthy and thick. So that is exciting. And I just noticed I left those eggs out yesterday that I collected. Whoopsie. So this is the most exciting bit for me, is the tomatoes. And I gave them a prune, I think about 2 days ago. And I'm not sure how often you're meant to prune them as they grow, but I decided it was a good idea because they were getting quite dense in between, and there was no airflow there with the wall and that. So hopefully they will do better from this. But oh my gosh, I nearly tripped over my cat. That's my key. Silly boy. All right. So this is the heirloom tomato, and I've got a little one down here. And I've had lots of flowers, but not so many actual tomatoes set. And then I gave it some power feed the other day, and I think that's helped. So we've got 3 on here. And then just a whole heap of flowers over here. So I'll have to actually tie this up there. I haven't got to that yet. Now this one in the middle is the long tom. Now it's finally set, another couple of flowers up the top. But it hasn't been setting a lot of tomatoes, and that's also another reason why I gave it some power feed to try and get them to set more flowers. But down the bottom, there's actually 3 tomatoes starting, so that's very exciting. Hopefully I get lots more with that. Then here is the Gross Lise, or Liz, well, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And it's actually setting some fruit, which is quite exciting. And again, this one, when I pruned it, didn't kind of know what to do, because this definitely looks like a main stem to me. But then down here, oh my god, I think the boys have hit that too. Oh my god. So it's probably a good thing I kept the other branch on, just in case that one goes kaput, although it's looking quite healthy at the moment. You tell the boys to be careful with their football, and yeah, these things happen. So anyway, I'm thinking with this other branch to maybe put some rope to it to help support it. But if you have any suggestions there, sorry, I patted my cat and now I'm getting an itchy nose. Excuse me for a second. Okay, so over here I have capsicum, which still looks half sick, and this one, which is doing really well. I even have baby capsicums on there, which is very exciting, but so many flowers on this one. Over the back I've got some capsicum yellows doing okay, they're surviving, and some cayenne in the back which is still surviving, so I'll keep them there until they get a bit bigger and stronger, and then I might repot them or move them out. Here, I think these are the zucchini. Yeah, so they actually do not have any fruit on them, and I think that was because everything was sort of crowding each other out and there wasn't a lot of room for even bees to see the flowers, but these ones didn't put many on. Looks like they're just starting to, but they were a bit slower because they were at the back and not getting as much sunlight. So that's why I've kind of moved those out, because they're also growing quite tall now, and moved the other ones over there. And then back here we have beefsteak at the back, jalapeno, which I just saw actually has a little flower in the top, which is very exciting. I can't wait for that. My boys love jalapenos. I actually planted seeds of those, but they did not grow. So if anyone has any tips with getting jalapeno seeds to grow very well, even the cayenne chilies, I just didn't seem to get, they ended up growing but not very well, and it took a long time. But the jalapenos, I tried twice with them, and they didn't grow. Maybe it was the seed lot itself. So next year I might try and get some more established plants of them for the boys, so that I can pickle them up. Santa Fe Grand. I still don't know what that is. I know it's a chili, but I've never had it before. But it's going well. And this is my sauce tomato, which is absolutely a beast of a plant. It is growing so high, and as you can tell, I have pruned it back the other day when I did the other ones, and I've kind of put it onto the trellising. It has so many flowers and it has so many tomatoes, but yet nothing has started to ripe. I don't know what this is there. If anyone has any ideas, we are in Tasmania. We don't get fruit fly down here, so we're lucky with that. I'm not sure if it's just a caterpillar or a grub, and what I should do, but everything else looks super healthy. So I might have just been unlucky with that one tomato. But even over here, I don't know if you can see, it's sort of light and shade, so it becomes a bit hard, but lots of little tomatoes and lots of flowers. So I'm very happy with this plant, and I can't wait to see the size. And also this one's got something in it too. Look at that. Oh man, hopefully it didn't go all the way through. Should I take that off, I wonder? Let me know. Should I take that off? Or should I just leave it and cut that bit off? I don't know what that is. Anyway, I have to try and do some research on that. So over here I've got capsicum in the front, beefsteak, cherry tomato in the orange, beefsteak at the back, my kidney beans, which are very thin and not doing the best. I think that's a cherry tomato I just planted in the yellow, and there's another cherry tomato in the front. Now one's died in that one, so I can repot one of the others. We've got beefsteak, totem, beefsteak, 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 and beefsteak. So I'm just going to run through the rest of the garden and then come back and keep watering. So we've got capsicum on the end, Roma tomato and capsicum, beefsteak, Roma, totem, beefsteak, and gherkins, cucumbers. Planted them, they kind of died, so I put a tomato in there as well. Now this I had corn in, but they died, except one seems to have come back a little bit, so I did put another tomato in there as well. Now my potatoes are looking like they're kind of getting ready almost to pick, I think, soon. So these ones, that one got waterlogged, so I don't know how that one will go. That one's got some new growth on the tips there. This one had some of those little berries that come on it, fruit, like almost like a tomato. So I think they're getting ready to be picked soon. They're kind of starting to get a bit yellowy and looking a bit worse for wear. So I don't think it'll be too much longer and I'll be harvesting potatoes, which I'm very excited about. Over here is my butternut pumpkin, and it's finally starting to get a little bit bigger and trailing, which is very, very exciting. You will notice that there's secondary tomato plants in a lot of my pots, and that's because when I've pruned them, I've just placed them in there, and some of them have really taken. So I can't even remember what this is. I think it's the cherry tomato that's up here. So this one out the front, I don't know if you remember, but the original heirloom tomato died, and I'd planted one of those cuttings in the front, and it survived. Well, it's getting quite high now, but this I also put cherry tomato in the back, so I might have to separate them because I think two in the pot's not going to go very well. We've got capsicum here. Now this is my cherry tomato, my tomato. And I'm going to need to cut back this plant because it's hindering its growth at the moment and getting caught up in it. So I'll have to chop that back. Over here I've got some peas, and I planted the stakes, but I don't have any tie material at the moment. So anyway, I've got another beefsteak, Roma, and then I had a couple of unknown tomatoes in the punnet that kind of lost track of what they were that were left over. So that's one of those in the green. Beefsteak, 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 celery. Oh my gosh, there's plants in here, which not looking the best, but anyway, it's in the shade. Hopefully it does okay until it gets established. Yeah, and over here I had more celery, again not doing well, and I planted a few beetroot in there. That's the unknown totem. So over here I've got beefsteak and totem up there, which I need to water. Down here I've got my onions, which are ready to harvest, and that's the last of my onions, and look at the size on them. I'm actually so proud that they grew to a normal size. It's the first time I've really succeeded with onions in pots, so I'm very happy about that. This is my raspberry, and I cannot remember what the cutting of tomato is in the middle. I just did that as well the other day. So I need to get those watered. Up the back is another tomato, and my herbs, rosemary and pineapple sage. I was going to say pumpkin sage. We've got another tomato, the last of the garlic, and my fruit trees. And then over here is another tomato in that plant, your pot I should say. And over here, not doing very well. This is the old soil that I meant to throw out, that was poisonous to the plants, and these ones are still remaining. So I haven't done that yet, but I need to get on top of it. So this is the pot with the 3 plants. I've got tomato at the back. I have no idea what types these are. Pumpkin, bean, and an old broccoli. And then these potato plants are actually doing all right. So these have been in, this is the second year. As I mentioned before, I didn't get to harvest them because I had COVID last summer. So they kind of got neglected and died off. and when I went to pull them out, there was no actual potatoes in there really, except a couple, so I just kind of left them till this year. So hopefully I get something out of these ones. And then we've got the apples, and they are also growing, which is very exciting. And these are the cherry plums that I was talking about before, except this year they've actually gotten a bit bigger. So if anyone knows if there's such a thing as yellow plums, let me know. They're currently about the size of, they're smaller than a golf ball, but probably 3/4 of a golf ball though, so not too much. So I just want to thank everyone for watching today, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Day, so I may take you in. I'll try and get a photo of some of the food that I make for the kids. This year I've gone a bit cheating, and I've bought a base for the pavlova and some packet pasta salads for lunch. So I've cheated this year, but I might show you that when I do it. And yeah, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and yeah, I'll see you in the new year, which will be next weekend. All right, thanks everyone, bye. So I just wanted to quickly show you, I forgot about this when I was going around, but my beans are producing, and I only noticed it when I pruned it the other day. So that one's actually ready, and I picked 2 off the other day and ate them, and they were absolutely delicious. Yeah, I'll leave that one on. So look at these beauties. Another 2 really long, beautiful beans. They're so nice. Anyway, I just thought I'd quickly show you. Okay, so here is our Christmas lunch. Just a very simple lunch for us. A bit of ham, pasta salad, potato salad, and a green salad. And it's just me and my 3 children, so a very simple Christmas lunch. I grew up having cold meats and salad for lunches, so it's never quite felt like Christmas without it. Usually I just do a roast dinner of an evening because as a single mum it's cheaper and easier. This year I splurged and I was so happy. I actually bought a ham, which has some... Sorry, just had to cough. Yeah, ham is not always something I can afford. So especially when they're $30-$40 or more for a leg of ham, it's a bit too expensive. So I usually skip the ham and have a roast dinner for Christmas Day. But this is us today. I'm just about to go get the kids, and I'm going to make a pavlova for dessert, but I haven't done that yet. So anyway, simple Christmas lunch. And here is my pav. I'm quite happy with this one. I didn't make the base this year just because I wanted to take one thing off my plate. So I've just put the top on, and I can't wait to tuck into this one. It's going to be good. Awesome, guys. Catch you soon.